Beneath the shimmering waves in the deepest, darkest corners of the ocean, creatures unlike any found on land drift, crawl, and hunt in the alien world of the deep. Some glow with an eerie bioluminescence, lighting up the abyss like fallen stars. Others change shape, color, or even gender, adapting to survive in ways that seem almost magical. The goblin shark, with its slingshot jaws, lurks unseen, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The mimic octopus bends nature itself, transforming into deadly sea creatures at will. And the yeti crab, clad in ghostly white fur, tends to its own garden of bacteria on the ocean floor. But among these strange and mysterious creatures, one stands apart, not for its monstrous appearance, but for its delicate beauty and extraordinary way of life. A creature so small, so seemingly fragile, yet hiding secrets that defy nature itself. This is the story of the seahorses, tiny ocean enigmas, and maybe the best fathers in the sea world, found in coastal waters around the world, mostly in shallow tropical and temperate seas. Seahorses belong to the Syngnathidae family, which includes other fascinating fish like pipefish and sea dragons. This family is unique because of its members' elongated bodies, bony armor, and most famously, male pregnancy. Seems like nature stitched them together, taking bits and pieces of other creatures as inspiration, creating a living mosaic of evolution's finest work. With a head of a horse, the independent eyes of a chameleon, a monkey-like tail that curls with precision, an armor of interlocking bony plates, and a pouch reminiscent of a kangaroo's, the seahorse is one extraordinary fish. But seahorses are not just fish. They are nature's poetry in motion, a dreamlike blend of land and sea, myth and reality. With their delicate bodies and otherworldly presence reminding us that the ocean still holds mysteries waiting to be unraveled. The ocean is Earth's oldest storyteller, holding within its depths the secrets of creatures that have evolved in ways both strange and extraordinary. Millions of years ago, the first life forms crawled from the sea, but many remained, adapting and transforming to survive in the ever-changing blue abyss. Sharks have prowled the deep for over 400 million years, their bodies barely changing since the age of dinosaurs. The ancestors of whales, once land-dwelling creatures, returned to the waves, reshaping their bodies to embrace the vastness of the sea. But few creatures have undergone an evolution as bizarre and wondrous as that of the seahorse. Long before seahorses became the delicate, mystical creatures we recognize today, their ancestors swam through prehistoric oceans with sleek, straight bodies, darting through the water like tiny torpedoes. These early relatives, which lived around 50 million years ago, bore little resemblance to the upright, slow-moving creatures we know now. So, how did it come about? Shift in shape? From swimmers to drifters. Seahorses are believed to have evolved from ancestral pipefish, which possessed elongated, slender bodies adapted for swimming horizontally through the water column. These early relatives lacked the distinctive upright posture and prehensile tails characteristic of today's seahorses. The fossil record of seahorses is sparse, but we have some insight. Earliest known seahorse fossils, dating back approximately 13 million years. These fossils were uncovered in the Tungus Hills in Slovenia. As the ocean landscape changed, with shifting currents and expanding seagrass meadows, the ancestors of seahorses began to adapt. Over time, their bodies underwent a remarkable transformation. Their tails coiled, their armor-like plates formed, and their speed gave way to stealth. Instead of fleeing, they became masters of disguise, clinging to seagrasses and coral, swaying like drifting leaves. Yet, perhaps the most astonishing twist in their evolution is not in their form, but in their very biology. Unlike nearly any other creature on Earth, it is the males who bear the burden of birth. This remarkable role reversal, where fathers carry and nurture their young, is a true evolutionary marvel. The evolution of seahorses is a story of survival, adaptation, and mystery, one that continues to unfold in the ever-changing depths of the sea. Today, over 45 species of seahorses exist, each uniquely adapted to their environment, from the tropical reefs to the cold waters of the Atlantic. Yes, let's talk about their incredibly efficient hunting skills. Surprisingly, seahorses are among the most effective hunters in the ocean. Despite their slow, delicate appearance, they have an astonishing 90% hunting success rate, making them more efficient predators than sharks, which typically succeed only about 50% of the time. Quite fascinating indeed. With its chameleon-like eyes, the seahorse scans its surroundings, each eye moving independently, tracking movement from two directions at once. Its prey, a tiny, unsuspecting shrimp, floats nearby, unaware that it has already been marked for capture. The seahorse does not chase, does not lunge wildly like other hunters of the sea. Instead, it remains perfectly still, a ghost among the corals. Then, in a fraction of a second, it strikes. This long tube-like snout creates a vacuum so powerful that the shrimp is sucked in instantly and swallowed whole before it even has a chance to react. This hunting method, known as elastic recoil feeding, is one of the fastest known movements in the animal kingdom. Unlike sharks that rely on brute strength or dolphins that hunt in coordinated packs, the seahorse is a master of patience and stealth, a true silent assassin of the sea. Unlike almost every other species on Earth, where mothers bear the burden of bringing life into the world, the seahorse has rewritten the rules. While other animal dads nurture their young ones, house and protect, male seahorses do much more. Here, it is the father who carries, nurtures, and delivers the next generation. When the time comes, the female approaches the male in a mesmerizing courtship dance, their tails entwining as they drift in perfect harmony, mirroring each other's movements in the gentle sway of the tide. This touching of tails creates a bond between the two, a symbol of their unity and readiness for the next step. They then begin to change colors, often turning brighter or more vivid, signaling that they are both prepared for mating. This colorful display shows emotional connection, trust, and mutual attraction. Lining up with a female's egg duct, called the ovipositor, with the male's brood pouch opening. Then she transfers her precious cargo, hundreds of tiny eggs, into his brood pouch, a protective chamber on his belly. From this moment on, the responsibility is his. What a strangely beautiful sight. Scientists once believed that seahorse eggs were fertilized inside the pouch through an internal sperm duct. However, dissections have disproved this theory. A study on the yellow seahorse revealed that the sperm duct opening is actually located 4.5 millimeters above the pouch opening. This means fertilization occurs externally, with the sperm meeting the eggs as they are transferred into the brood pouch. Videos capturing this event have shown that the pouch remains open for just 6 seconds, a remarkably brief window in which the seahorses manage to successfully fertilize between 100 and 1,000 embryos. What a precision and efficiency! Inside their living incubator, brood pouch, the male provides everything his young need, oxygen, nutrients, and even hormone-regulated conditions that mimic a mother's womb. The whole gestational process of a male seahorse takes anywhere between 10 days to 6 weeks, depending on the species. Days turn into weeks, and the moment arrives. His pouch contracts, and with great effort, he pushes out baby after baby, sometimes up to 2,000 miniature seahorses in a single birth. The ocean is filled with tiny, wriggling newborns, each no larger than a grain of rice. Exhausted but unwavering, the father watches them drift away, knowing that in mere hours he may be carrying another generation within him once more. In this case, we can say that the male's role is undoubtedly the most physically demanding and critical for the survival of the species. While the female may contribute by producing the eggs, the male carries the heavy burden of nurturing and delivering the next generation, truly making them the unsung heroes of seahorse parenting. True super dads. But why did this fascinating role reversal to male pregnancy started when in nearly all animal species, females carry the young? Some scientists believe that male pregnancy evolved to increase reproductive efficiency. Since female seahorses can produce a new batch of eggs while the male is still pregnant, unlike in most species where females need time to recover after laying eggs. While a single male can give birth to 5 to 2,500 babies at a time, but studies estimate that less than 1% of babies survive to become reproductive adults. This is not so strange considering that these tiny lives, only about 1 centimeter long, without strong swimming abilities, are easy prey for nearly every marine predator, from small fish to large filter feeders. It is a numbers game for survival, and you need to have some luck on your side. The journey is brutal, but it ensures that the next generation of seahorses. Unlike many fish that rely on speed or sharp teeth to escape danger, seahorses have evolved a completely different survival strategy. Unlike most fish that rely on flexible scales, the seahorse is sheathed in an exoskeleton of interlocking bony plates, forming a suit of armor that no predator can easily crush. This natural plating acts as a shield, absorbing the impact of attacks and making it nearly impossible for sharp-toothed hunters to pierce. Scientists have discovered that a seahorse's bony plates are shock-resistant. They are able to withstand crushing bites. Despite its rigid armor, the body is built to flex just enough to prevent snapping under pressure. A predator may seize a seahorse in its jaws, but unlike soft-bodied fish that are easily shredded, they often escape intact. Their movement is limited to a small dorsal fin on their back that propels them forward, and a pectoral fin on either side of the head steers them where they want to go. These poor swimming skills is what makes them one of the slowest fishes in the sea. But a true warrior knows that sometimes the best defense is invisibility. They are experts in the art of deception, blending so seamlessly into their surroundings, clinging to seagrass or coral. Like many animals, they evolved to fit their environment, which is why swimming upright has its advantage. At first glance, this rigid upright posture is one of the reasons for their awful swimming skills. But in their case, it is necessary. With this upright posture, seahorses can hide in vertical grass or coral and move much easier through the blades of grass. With the ability to change color at will, a seahorse can shift from golden hues to deep red or green, melting into seagrass, coral, or sponges. Some can even grow leaf-like appendages or textured skin that mimics their surroundings, making them nearly undetectable to predators. That is just amazing. For the seahorse, camouflage isn't just about survival, it's also a deadly hunting strategy. While most predators chase down their prey with speed and power, the seahorse is a silent stalker, using its ability to blend into the background and become the ultimate ambush predator. Seahorses don't chase their prey, they wait and strike. In thick vegetation, their hunting success rate is much higher. In their preferred environment, seahorses have an insane hunting success rate, around 90%. This is one of the highest success rates of any predator in the ocean, even outperforming lions, sharks, and eagles in terms of efficiency. The color-changing ability allows them to blend in, making them nearly invisible to unsuspecting shrimp and plankton. For seahorses, a high hunting success rate is crucial, as their lack of a stomach means they must eat constantly to survive. Without a stomach to store food, seahorses have an extremely fast digestive process, meaning that food passes through their system very quickly. As a result, they must eat constantly to stay alive. They eat 30 to 50 times per day, devouring tiny shrimp, plankton, and small crustaceans. Since they do lack teeth, they swallow food whole, relying on their digestive tract to absorb nutrients as quickly as possible. So, how do they eat? Since they lack teeth as well, seahorses suck up tiny prey like copepods, plankton, and baby shrimp using their long tubular snouts. Their powerful suction feeding allows them to capture food in less than a millisecond. They creep ever so slowly toward their unsuspecting target, then, in a split second, snap their head forward and suck their prey through the snout. This technique is known as pivot feeding, a skill seahorses have mastered to perfection. Just look at that. Slow to swim, yet lightning fast to strike. How does it work? Before striking, the seahorse coils its muscles and locks its head in place using a specialized ligament known as the tendon of the supraoccipital groove. This ligament acts like a compressed spring, storing energy as the seahorse patiently waits for the perfect moment to attack. The instant its prey drifts within range, the seahorse unleashes this stored energy in a split second, snapping its head forward in one of the fastest motions in the animal kingdom. Simultaneously, it expands its buccal cavity, throat area, creating an intense suction force. This rapid vacuum effect pulls in water and prey straight into its snout, all before the target has a chance to react. From the delicate horse-like seahorse to the eerie, shape-shifting cuttlefish, these ocean beings wear their oddities like a badge of survival. What seems strange to us is, in reality, perfection in disguise. Every twisted tail, every bizarre body shape, every luminous glow crafted by nature to endure, to thrive, to outmatch the dangers of the deep. For the seahorse, its curled tail clings to safety, its bony plates shield it from harm, and its lightning-fast strike makes it a predator hidden in plain sight. Every strange detail holds a purpose. Every unusual trait tells a story of survival. And so, the ocean reminds us that the strangest creatures are often the most extraordinary. In their mystery lies their strength, in their oddity, their brilliance. We love exploring the wonders of nature and sharing its most fascinating secrets with you. If you'd like to support our journey into the wild, consider becoming a member of the channel. Hit subscribe, join our community, and let's keep discovering the extraordinary together. See you in the next adventure, Nature's Code.